I will be right with you. I bring up the big screen so I can read your comments easier. I see that we have Soma. Hey, Soma. Soma is speaking in Spanish. I personally have not celebrated Ramadan. Um, I'm not Muslim, but it's I have many friends that are and who do. A couple good friends, actually. Hey, Martine, how are you? Nice to see you. What's coming up on the cooking show, Martine? What are we going to be make anytime soon? Soma says, "How are you?" I'm good, Soma. Hey, Michael. Michael says, "Hey there, Yogi. I will not be able to make the afternoon stream tomorrow. I will be live on the Unearthly Domain at noon. Awesome. Noon for you. That would be one my time. What's you got a team that you're working with? Tomorrow is pasta. Are you going to be live, Martine, or are you going to have a video? Hey, Mustafa, how are you? He says, "Hey, Adam, lovely to see you." Wait a minute, did I miss Adam? There he. Nope, I don't see Adam. Sunday live. Okay, I will keep a lookout for you. Michael will be live tomorrow at 12 Central Time with his mentor, Kenny Biddle, discussing an investigation he did on the Demon House. Well, I have not heard of that. Where is that, Michael? Mustafa says, "Doing great. How about you, Mr. Eric?" Mustafa, I'm doing well too. Lee says, "Mustafa, I had a feeling you would be present, and you did. Now I can sleep easier knowing that you have greeted one another." Third channel birthday on Sunday. Well, happy birthday. Let's make 2026. We're going to get you monetized this year. Where are you in watch hours? Someone says she told Jackson that you're done with him. I thought Jackson was one of the good ones. Someone says she feels good. Michael says somewhere up north, not sure. He says, "Selma, I hope your fast goes well. Try not to let him distract you." Hey, Gary. Hey, Lady Sky. He says halfway there. Guys, are you subscribed to our friend Food from Afar? This is Martine. This is a beautiful channel. If you check in tomorrow, you'll see a video of pasta. I don't know what kind of pasta. Tune in tomorrow and find out. And she will be live on Sunday. She's putting together something that is it's worldwide cooking. I would say, Martine, would you agree with me that you sort of do international comfort food? Um, and she's putting this together sort of as a keepsake for her kids, her grandkids. Martine's a friend. She's been a good friend to me and a good friend for my channel for quite some time now. As well, she's just a good person. So make sure you reach out and you connect, give her some support, and maybe do a playlist. Martine's one of those people who has wonderful playlists because you get something out of each one. You know, each one you're going to see a new recipe, new food prep, and she's very engaging as well. What's going on? What are you frustrated about, Lady Sky? Psalm says, I told him he can rather leave or he can think about his actions, so he better think twice. I hope he thinks twice. We should all think twice. Maybe we should think less. Or recognize our thoughts more, but not always react to them. He says, Mustafa, I feel honored to have met you. You are a treasured part of this channel, that's for sure. And I know that opinion will be shared by us all. Martin says, yes, I agree, Yogi. Food from all over the world, and yes, comfort food. You ever made a baked Alaska, Martin? Hey guys, Lee and Mustafa, I know you both like to cook and you talk about recipes and food often. You really enjoyed food from afar. Sniper says, I feel, where'd that go? I plan to help humanity and not sell out to the big players. Soon all will become clear. I was thinking about you, Sniper, quite a bit with our guest. She was talking about soul purpose and that we experience joy when we're doing what we're supposed to do. You came to my mind several times. This guy says I have no water. The city has turned off my water, Yogi. Not sure why it is. Well, have you called up the city government yet? You're not Nashville proper, are you? You're not Nashville. What am I thinking? Gary says it's me, Gary. Mustafa says yes, only healthy food. Hey, Tiger King. Hey, Skits. Who says I don't do desserts as hubby? Oh, I remember. He's diabetic and can't eat dairy as I'm allergic. Gotcha. Tiger King says, Eric, the way you come on your live and do your free time, people support you, have their back. And now I think about time that we could help you. Did you get money for vet? I have not money for vet, um, but it's okay. I'm going to make some changes to my cat's diet and see if I can help him that way. I got some pressing stuff going on too. Mustafa says I will definitely host Seb for the most delicious food imaginable. Appreciate those thoughts, Tiger King. Gives a salute to Gary. Someone says I handled it on my own again, like yesterday. What did you do yesterday? Mustafa says, Squirrel, thank you for the posts. North Nashville area, Yogi. Gotcha. Have you reached out? Hey, Kevin. Yep, I remember you telling me that. Sniper says I'm going to help everyone, Mustafa. Hey, Sniper, I'm supposed to tell you to expect a text from T. Hey, this guy says, can I do breath work, Yogi? I'm very frustrated here. Yes. Skit says, oh, to Kevin Gonzalez. How do you want to do breath work? Kevin says, even dogs fear me. Well, that's not good. You don't want dogs to be afraid of you, man. You're welcome. Let me know. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll get started. Anyone else up for a little bit of breath work? We will do a very gentle and easy breath, very profound. Just give me 1 second. Lady Sky is ready. All right. One second, Lady Sky. If anyone else would like to join in, some breath work, we are going to get started. Sorry. We're going to get started in just a second. One second, Lady Sky. Where is Lucy? And is she okay, please? Says Mustafa. I don't know. I would assume she is. I think she still goes live. So, sorry, guys. I'm almost ready. Michael's got got a busy week this week. 3 back-to-back lives. 3 lives back-to-back. Wow. Starting tomorrow. Tomorrow's the first one. Kevin likes cinnamon. I used to like cinnamon toast. What kind of sugar are we talking about here, Kevin? We're talking brown sugar, maple sugar. Hey, Joshua. Joshua, thank you so much today. All right, here we go. Lady Sky says she's ready. We are, wow, Lady Sky hasn't brushed her teeth due to the water. Yeah, they got to get that taken care of right away, Lady Sky. Hey, can you go to the store and get some bottled water? All right, breath work for Lady Sky. Anyone else who would like to join in? We're going to do a very simple but calming breath. We're going to breathe in the nose for a count of 4. It's going to be a slight pause. We're going to exhale through the nose for a count of 4 and another slight pause. We're going to repeat, and we're going to do that for 10 rounds. When we breathe in through the nose, make that very gentle sound as if you're imitating someone who snores. Maybe that one that you're imitating is you. You ever think about that? Maybe you are the snorer. So, but whoever is going to participate, make sure you're sitting straight, but not rigid. Purposely let your shoulders drop towards the ground. When we're stressed, we have a tendency to hold them high. When we hold them high, that creates a tendency to breathe in high at the chest. Drop the shoulders. Now watch your belly rise as you breathe in, and watch your belly fall as you breathe out. You can put your hand on your stomach. And feel as you breathe in, your hand goes out. As you breathe out, your hand goes back. Every breath, the belly is being pushed out and it's being relaxed. Now, as we breathe, introduce that ha sound. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Keep that sound going. And on this next breath, we're going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 2, 3, 4. And in for 2, 3, 4. Out for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. And out 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. And out 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. And out 2, 3, 4. And let the breath go, falling in its own easy and natural rhythm. Relaxed. Just follow along with the breath for just a moment or two. And when you're ready, open your eyes. I'll see you in the chat. Miss Pippa was in this morning, Mustafa. Flora was in the other day. As far as Sissy and Lucy, you got to ask them. Melissa, how are you? I was good. How are you too? Gotcha says, Lady Sky, sorry, I hope it gets resolved too. Me too. Hope you can get to the store, maybe get some bottled water. Phil, how are you? Literally, eyes shutting. Thanks for the question today, Phil. The questions for the guest. Sniper, you too. And Lee, thank you for the question. Hey, Stats, how are you? Hey, JP, how are you? Guys, what do you think of the guest? Hey, Tom. Tom, how come you are not modded up? What happened to that? Headed to train, but I wanted to stop in and give love to my family. Appreciate that, Tom. Oops. Don't go anywhere yet, Tom. I lost the chat on my computer. I went to mod up Tom. I don't know why he's not modded up. And the chat disappeared. So I can't remod him. There he is. Tom, I apologize. I have no idea how that happened. So, guys, what do you think of the guests today? For those who were there. Joshua says, yogi, 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 yogi. That word has lost all meaning to me now. I've said it so many times. What did he do, Tom? He knows what he did. Tom knows what he did. It was off the turnbuckle. Phil says, good night. God bless. Good night, Phil. Have a good night, my friend. This guy says, been frustrated for me today. The stats. Stats, how are you? Tom said, wonderful. Off they go, roll. Around with sweaty men. I would say enjoy, but I'm not so sure. Actually, you probably will enjoy. Stitch, how are you, my friend? Stitch, I'm doing good. How are you? It's nice to see you. Joshua says, farting too loud? Who? Tom? Tom was farting too loud. Do you trust YouTube? What about you, Sniper? I do trust YouTube. I have no reason not to. Melissa says, I've known a lot of women who fall in love quickly, almost like it's their addiction. It probably is for some people. Tom spiritually overdid it and pulled a chakra. Yeah, the left one. That's always the toughest one, isn't it? Seth says, been doing good, Yogi. Nothing but petty agitation. Blessings. How's Yogi doing? Doing pretty good too. Stats. I appreciate you coming in. Nothing but petty agitations. They can add up sometimes, though, can't they? Tom says, I like fasting too loud. Joshua's gonna eat dinner. Enjoy your dinner, Joshua. Lady Sky says, ugh, men pat like it's just men. Just men, right? Simple says to Mustafa, it's glitches in the matrix that require the SS-138. Melissa says, yep, the guest earlier indicated that she had struggled with that before. Yes. Choosing, as she said, Al Anon. So that means that she was choosing people. She did not have a substance abuse problem, but she had problem falling for people who had substance abuse. That says, not been on much. Real life has been exciting and interesting. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Kevin eats his eggs sunny side up. This guy says, yes, just Ben, Yogi. I don't pass gas. Oh, of course not. I would never assume that you would. Also says, women have the silent pathetic. Um, I work women all the time and it's loud, but that's the end of it. It's offensiveness. Okay. We're all caught up on the gastronomical um, communication that we have between uh, our relationships. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I read something about that not long ago. Scientifically, it would be the chicken. So it says, yes, if you don't see me, I'm just doing a scheduled daily post, uh, a short, fewer to maintain. Got you. I'm glad that real life is interesting. Shallow song. Should be ready for it. Hey, hey, Magiza. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Our friend Bumblebee T, without going into detail, has questions and prayers. So if anyone would like to just offer a silent prayer to Bumblebee T, I know that she would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Michael says back from lurking, had to make some food. What I guess it's about dinner time, right? Hey Pepe. How are you, my friend? One second, guys. I lost track of where I was. Um, Michael says, yep, made some baked sweet potatoes. Nice. Higita says, what's your opinion on step 11? Step 11. Hold on. Step 11, sought through prayer, meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understand Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us, the power to carry out. You know what? We were talking about that today. Well, specifically, I was talking about step 12, that Bill W. thought we needed a spiritual epiphany in order to be sober. The guest today brought up the term dry sober. When you aren't drinking, but you're gritting your teeth throughout. You're not joyful. You're not happy. Every day is a struggle. You are as much an addict as you ever were before, but without the substance of your addiction in your life any longer. But it's on your mind. And it's not a joyful way of going through life. Step 11 and step 12 bring you back to joy. So life is better when you're sober. We know that, right, Magiza? Because both you and I, we've been on the other end. We know the damage that it causes. However, what we want to do is have a life of sobriety and a heart filled with joy and a mind that's serene. We don't have to worry that we're going to relapse because alcohol or whatever it is in our life, whatever addiction we had, is no longer part of our life anymore. That's the epiphany. The epiphany is that it's done, it's over. If you have a tumor and they catch it in time and they take it out, you're not a recovering tumor patient for the rest of your life, are you? It's skin cancer. Fortunately, they caught it in time, they cut it out. I'm not always going to be a recovering skin cancer patient, am I? It means I'm going to be safe, it means I'm going to be careful, but that's not my focus. I was blessed with an epiphany, and that's what led me to sobriety. That doesn't happen with everyone. I don't know why I was blessed. Here's the thing with grace. Grace comes unbeckoned. We cannot petition for grace. We can ask for it, but when it comes, how it comes is beyond us. It's always up to God. It's always up to the Holy Spirit. It's always up to Krishna. So, step 11 says that we are going to meditate. We're going to meditate and pray. Conscious contact with God as we understand Him. That's what sets us free. That's what leads to 12. There's a great Buddhist author, Jack Cornfield, and he was asked, is awakening, and let's say awakening is sobriety. Does meditation lead to awakening? He was asked. It's a little bit of a controversy. Do you need to meditate to awaken? Do you not need to meditate to awaken? And his answer was awakening, enlightenment, sobriety is an accident. However, meditation and prayer makes you accident prone. Here's why I've received grace to become sober. I had been meditating. I'd been doing breath work. I'd been doing yoga. I'd been practicing A Course in Miracles. For you, Megiza, you're doing the 12 steps. All of them. It's a spiritual path. It's a spiritual practice. Remember, it's the God of your understanding. So it doesn't have to be the God that Christians are praying for. It doesn't have to be the God that Hindus are praying to, or the gods. It doesn't have to be anything other than your understanding, your highest aspect, your highest self. But we come to there when we come to there. What we do in the meantime is we pray. I use the example today of Wayne Dyer, who called himself a camel. And when he was asked, what's a camel? A camel is an animal that wakes up in the morning on its knees. Careful, right? Camels wake up on their knees. And they go to bed on their knees. And they go 24 hours without a drink. So we wake up in the morning and we pray. We're not beseeching, oh God, please let me be sober today. We're seeking conscious contact with God. We go to bed at night on our knees or on the meditation cushion, on the meditation bench, whatever it is we do, whatever our practice is, seeking contact with God. And we're saying, God, thank you for this life of joy. Thank you for this life of sobriety. Thank you for the great gifts that you brought into my life. Does that mean that we might not have had a bad day? We're not bypassing everything. God, thank you for the strength to navigate through the shitty stuff that happened today. Thank you for allowing me a clean and sober mind to confront the issues of the day. And we go 24 hours without a drink. So 11, 12, essential. And they're beautiful. They're the most beautiful of all steps. Now, of course, what's forgiveness? Making amends that's a hard one, isn't it? 9. I like reframing that to the forgiveness that is offered by A Course in Miracles, and we can talk about that sometime. Thank you, Pepe. Evan says, Eric, man, I find the more I try to figure things out, the more difficult things, the more things difficult. Quit trying to figure things out. Literally, seriously. Double tap the screen, 3 more likes, and Yogi eats mushy food. How did that get started? Where did that come from? Melissa says, Amen, Yogi. I tried telling people I didn't think it was productive to make my entire identity forever be an ex-addict or a forever addict. Some people might benefit from that, but for me, it was no. Agreed. And as you said, some people might benefit from it. I like the 90 and 90. 90 meetings in 90 days. Tiger King says, Sacred Cats, let me know if you think it should help. You may. You can address Eric. Please, thank you. Thank you, Tiger King. I appreciate that. I'm going to figure something out. Tiger King says, where's that lad who's a nice guy? He used to have a straw hat. He still comes up. He's under a different name. He was in this morning, actually. Mustafa says, Toy Pups, you here? I have not seen her yet. Tiger King says, what's the matter? How you been, mate? Melissa says, Tiger King, it's flowing along. How about you? Oh, Super Champ. I thought he was talking about Marlon, who also has a hat. Yeah, Super Chat. Super Champ. I have not seen Super Champion in a bit, but he said with school that he might be a bit scarce. So, hey, I think it's, when you don't see someone who's in school, probably a good thing. Ever says Eric, I find it difficult to navigate with people. I have to interact with, like, everyone wants to take as much as they can from you. How about if you only had stuff to give away? I find the more I give, the less people can take from me. If I give freely, how can anyone take anything from me? I'm not saying that I'm good with that 24/7. Like everything, it's a practice, but I do practice it. I'd rather give something away than have someone take it. But you got to give freely and joyfully. It says, as how I would describe a Triceratops, Zimbab. What did I miss? Why are we talking about Triceratops? Mustafa says, Eric, how are you feeling inside? Why does that remind me of a Mark Twain quote? That outside of a dog, a book is man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. Something like that. I'm doing good, Mustafa. Tiger King says, why don't you let people help you over the cat? Think me on here would mate. I'm working it out, Tiger King. I got a lot going on right now. I'm changing my cat's diet. I'm hoping I can take care of him. It's only one cat, and she's not sick all the time. I think she's being overfed, not by me. Evan says, Eric, for example, I shoveled the landlord's driveway, and I was duped because she put it in the contract. I researched it, and that's illegal. So you can't use that as a clause. I don't mind, but now she's raising the rent. Tell her you'll keep shoveling the sidewalk if she keeps the rent the same. My thoughts, people do people stuff, right? People are always peopling. Sometimes it's good peopling, sometimes it's sucky peopling. But if I go up with the ups and downs with the downs, I'm going to drive myself crazy. And I have driven myself crazy. But I'd rather not drive myself crazy. So I let people do their people stuff, going about their merry little way. Pepe says, just thought about dino nuggies. What is a dino nuggie? Skid says, is that what you're going to eat? Mustafa says, Eric, is any news regarding Karen Palmer? No. But I got a text from Gary Renard that says, will do, Eric. I told him, I asked him to keep me in mind as he's getting ready to hit the publicity trail for his new book. Um, Guys in the Course Miracle circles, I think you all know who Gary Renard is. He wrote The Disappearance of the Universe, Your Mortal Reality, um, The Lifetimes Where Jesus and Buddha Knew Each Other, and I forget the third one. I have it. It was the last one that I read, actually. Tiger King says, Mustafa doing great, only because of Eric. A chance for good. Thank you, Eric, big time. Thank you, Tiger King. Shelly, how are you, my friend? You guys connected with our friend Dress Sweet. If you were here yesterday afternoon, you heard a big shout out for Shelly. Shelly's a good friend. That's the important thing. Shelly is a good friend to so many people. Here's the second thing. Very, very talented on YouTube. Very creative posts. Great live streams. Great live streams. But really talented with her posting. And she has a super talented son. An amazingly talented son. Evan says, yeah, I'm going crazy. I find it difficult to make decisions because I don't want to be taken advantage of and I don't want to stress. Here's the thing, if you make a decision, you can't be taken advantage of. If you say, yes, I will do this, you can't be taken advantage of because you said, yes, I will do this. Or you could say, no, I won't do this. And you can't be taken advantage of because you said you won't do it. That's the decision. So the entirety of A Course in Miracles is learning how not to make decisions. It means we're turning everything over to the Holy Spirit. Two sons. Shelley's two sons. She says, I love great friends. So anyway, make sure that you are subscribed to Just Sweet. You will not regret it. Melissa says, he's incredibly talented and a joy to listen to, playing different instruments. Absolutely. Chicken nuggets shaped like dinos. Oh, okay. How do you make those? Do you buy them like that? So the first is an anime creator that's 14 and a 17-year-old classical music musician in the works. I'm just say a prodigy. What talented kids you have, Shelley? What's it says two sons? That's actually correct. Tiger King says, sorry, I'm only asking love you and love cat. Sorry for oh no. Tiger King, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. No need to say you're sorry. No need to apologize. It says, Yogi, have you ever felt like this when strange things happen? When you're going around the twist? Oh, always. Every day. Every day. Dodo fries. I never had them. Yummy. Now, what's a dodo fry? You guys are joking with me, right? Receipt says, thank you, Whatsa, and she gives a wave to Tiger King. So one more time, Tiger King, I appreciate the thought very much. It says, every day, let's go. Shirley says, I love nature like you also, Yogi. And hey, the best time for nature is coming up. As it starts getting warmer, animals are out more. The young are about to be birthed and hatched. Life is getting ready to explode. My favorite time is when we first get that hint of green and as it deepens through the course of spring. And green, my favorite color. I like blue too. I also like brown, but green, that deep green of nature, it's not a color. It's an experience. It draws you in. It literally takes your breath away. Kelly says, yes, I can't wait to be doing my bird calling. I've been doing that since I was a little girl. I learned. Well, hey, next time I pop in on your live stream, I'm going to ask if I can hear something. Who says, bald head, how you doing today? How am I doing today? Remember me. Oh, yeah, you're the guy that comes in and says bald head. No, wait a minute. That was the other guy that comes in and says bald head. Nope. That was the other guy that comes in and says bald head. It's all confusing, you know? When people have like that kind of sharp, witty banter like that, I get lost, you know? When people are so original, it's hard for me to keep track. Let's see. The aiming season already started in Sussex. Hey, Michael. Green, the heart chakra. Pepe says, I want to make them like that, but you can't buy them like that. But you can buy them like that. I want a video. Shelly says, yes, I will do it. Awesome. Dr. King says to Shelly, hi, how you digos? Where you from? And nice to meet you. At least Baldhead is more unique than Moby. You think so? There's about half dozen or so bald guys that I get called out for. None of those bald guys look alike. So how can I look like every one of them? Shirley says, hi to William. I see you like baseball. Tiger King says, Eric, if the UK could do me one thing, it beats band Mushy P. Me too. They're absolutely horrible. He's only one other thing that's worse than that, and it's Brussels sprouts. I don't mind Brussels sprouts. I don't seek them out, but if one should occupy a position of priority on my plate, I'd go ahead and eat it. Mushy P, I would change plates. I never thought about that before. Skit says I take that as a compliment. They design all the emojis around a beautiful bald head. I was the model for that, actually. I am the model for every emoji. That's actually my side job. People don't know that. They're like, man, you can't earn all of your money as a professional YouTuber. For one, you're not that good at it. For two, that takes an awful lot of work and an awful lot of luck, which is true. So I don't do this full time. I say that I do it full time, but Skits called me out. I actually do this part time. I am a full time emoji model. Michael says, I like Brussels sprouts more than internet trolls. Yeah, I probably do too. Pepe says, Brussels sprouts good in the oven or uh, sauteed. I think, but I haven't had them enough. Got to do some flavor though. What do you guys think of asparagus? NJ, where that from? Oh, New Jersey, East Coast, United States. Tiger King. Russ says yes and amazing. Hey, toy pups, I gotta mod you back up. You are unmodded for a reason. You know what you did. There you go. Hey, Daisy. Daisy says, hey again, Yogi. Daisy, I saw you come in this afternoon. Thank you for being here. Sorry I could not reply with my guest. By the way, I apologize to everyone when you pop in and I'm with a guest. I do see you. I don't take it. I don't take you or your presence here for granted. Thank you very much. On behalf of me and behalf of my guest. Daisy says, no to asparagus. I hate that word. Asparagus. Interesting. It's a unique thing. People, it's one of those love and hate things. Same with what's the other thing that we were talking about? Brussels sprouts. People either love them or hate them. Hey, Danny. It's 2023. Oops, I didn't take my supplement yet. What's it says? Daisy, give me the answer, please. Daisy says, no words, Yogi. I totally agree with that. Thank you, Daisy. Did everyone here subbed up to Daisy May? Let's see. Kelly says, I missed your comment. I'm sorry. See if I can find it. I'm skipping over Skitz's hashtag mushy p, hashtag never ban the Brussels. Let's see. The last I see is you waving at Danny. Yes, and amazing. The emoji model. What was the message that I missed? Shelly? I apologize. Hey, Antonio, how are you? I appreciate you too. What's it says? I don't understand why you don't just grow the sides really long, then wrap it around the top of your head. Just kind of, course, that's the worst. I refuse. If you go back to my early doing burpees in my basement days, you'll see me with long hair, a ponytail, because it was during the COVID shutdown, and I thought I could get away with it. I always wanted to see if I could pull off that old hippie with a ponytail thing. Turns out I could not pull off the old man with a ponytail thing. Let's see. Tiger King, why Toy Pup's not a mod here? She knows what she did. Toy Pups is not a mod because she was a top mod, but she's a good friend and she wanted to post on my videos. Sometimes when you're a top mod, you can't leave a comment on someone's videos. So she said, you know what? I would rather be able to post on your videos and support you than be a top mod. That's a good friend. Charlie, I'm sorry I missed your comment. Boiled broccoli. I steam my broccoli. Mashing. I never heard of mashing asparagus. What's the deal with mashing food? Why are we punishing our food before we eat it? Daisy says, I hate the word asparagus. That's an easy word to misspell because I misspelled it in the sixth grade spelling bee. Did it cost you the championship? You never had asparagus. Michael says, you will always spell it right now. True. Spell check. Taking my supplement, guys. Kelly says, so kind. Never had asparagus. Wow. Mashed potatoes are a vibe though. No, I don't do mashed foods, man. We've had this extended conversation before. Michael says, come over with orange fake tan. You being yourself is truly beautiful. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. I gotta agree. Potatoes are good for the soul. This guy says, yuck, asparagus. Tiger King says to Shelly, what do you think of pizza? Was it says, skits? Have you just refused any asparagus offered you? Or you never been offered? That would be tragic. Can you imagine if like Skits went his whole life with people eating asparagus in front of him and no one ever offered him any? Now I feel sad. Stephen says if all knowledge is justified by other knowledge, then that justification requires further justification. Does the architect of human understanding rest upon a foundation of arbitrary axioms or not? Question of the day. Does knowledge ever need to be justified? Tiger King says, can we ever have a competition to see if we can guess how many books you've got? No, because that means I would have to count them. And man, I don't want to count those books because that means I'd have to get up. It means I'd have to get something to stand on. I got books behind those books. Both of those are double shelves. Not to mention the bookshelf over here. And you know what? I dislike counting. There's only one thing I like counting, and it's crows. That's right. I made a musical pun. This guy says, no, what's tried it and it made me gag. My uncle says I went to turn down asparagus in a dark alleyway. Some guy just showed up and opened up his trench coat. Had a bunch of asparagus. Psst, hey, psst, psst. I can see that. Let's see. Kelly says New York and New Jersey pizza is amazing because of the water. Why is it the water that makes it amazing, Shelley? You do hear good things about New York pizza. All in the water. 777. It's a good guess. I bet you if I counted this room, the next room, I have even more books in the next room. Books in the hallway on a shelf, and on top of the shelf, there's bookshelf in the next room. I got 2.5 bookshelves in the living room, and I got 2 bookshelves in the basement, plus boxes of books. And I lost a bunch of books when my ex-wife and I split up. I left them at the house, but uh, she ended up having to move, and we left a lot of stuff behind. Unfortunately, some of them are my books. Danny says, Yogi, me and Kat will fix your books and put them in order. I refuse all help with my books. Tiger King says, he says, 1,669. Man, you guessed it right off the bat. Potato salad. Yeah, potato doesn't need to be a salad. You can put potato in a salad. Why is it you add mayonnaise and you call it salad? Tuna salad, potato salad, egg salad. All it is eggs with mayonnaise. It's not a salad. Where's the lettuce? Where's the carrots? Shelley says, and good bread as well. Bagels and Kaiser rolls and Bell's bread. You know, New Jersey is called the Garden State. Some people joke about that. But New Jersey is one of the most beautiful states. It's a densely populated state, but in 1 or 2 areas. The rest, absolutely beautiful. Beautiful shores, mountains in the north. Actually has a pretty steady bear population. The Appalachian Trail cuts through New Jersey. It has the Pine Barrens. What's it says? Mayonnaise and coffee. Well, that isn't. Wouldn't we call that coffee salad then? That does sound pretty horrific. By Alice. What is that, Shelley? Hey, Star Seeker, how are you? Pepe is hungry now. We're talking a lot about food. You're not hungry for mayonnaise, are you? He says not heard much yet. Tiger King, Star Seeker says mayonnaise and coffee sounds like pineapple on pizza. Head shake. Now I can do pineapple on pizza. Here's my pizza philosophy. If you like it on pizza, it goes on pizza. I don't have to like it, but if you like it, Shelly has big tall uh, abort arborvite trees. Pepe does not mind pineapple on pizza. Me neither. Ladies Cat says Yogi would try it. I'm quite sure. What would I try? Mayonnaise and coffee? I don't do mayonnaise. I could do vegan mayonnaise, but I don't. Tiger King says, Lady Sky, when Eric ever gonna try to do it this weekend. Tiger King, we're gonna try to do it this weekend. Hey, Toy Pups. Michael says the problem with New Jersey is you always forget about it. I hope everyone visits New Jersey. It really is a beautiful state. Lady Sky says mayonnaise and coffee, Yogi. Do not do mayonnaise. I didn't really do mayonnaise even when I wasn't a vegan. Pineapple juice is good. That might be my favorite juice. Skit says I can do pineapple on pizza. Yogi 2026. It's better than the quote you caught me on yesterday. Tiger King says pizza is my favorite food, and pineapple should be illegal on pizza. Whoever eats that should be arrested. That is just wrong. Our friend sweating and smiling, Adam. He made a video. Check out the channel Sweating and Smiling, and you'll see a video he made specifically for me of him eating mushy peas on pizza. He thought it was going to be pretty bad, and he's like, "This is pretty good," and he ate the whole slice. I doubt he's done it since. Pomegranate juice, so good and refreshing. I do like pomegranate juice. Pineapple, pineapple and orange. I like apple juice. Seriously, you can say this like hot jalapeno peppers on pizza. I mean, I like hot jalapenos and pepper on pizza too. Michael says coconut and pineapple juice is so good for you. I heard you can use straight coconut water as a blood infusion in an emergency. I had not heard about that. When I was doing Bikram yoga, I did a large amount of coconut juice, coconut water. If you've ever done Bikram yoga, it's a 90-minute yoga class that is in a 104 temperature room. Sometimes I would do them back to back. When I was training for summertime races, when I was ultra racing, I would jog to Bikram yoga class about 3 miles, and I would do a Bikram yoga class, sometimes double, and then I would jog back home just to get heat accumulated. Hey, Marlon. Coconut milk, yummy, but coconut milk is good to cook with. But I haven't had coconut water. Star Seeker says, I am my friend Skits. I'm off to a meeting in a few. Caught you live yesterday. What's it says? I like pineapple pizza. I can do without the Canadian bacon. What kind of bacon is that stuff anyway? It's totally baloney. Isn't it like more like ham? Tiger King says, Eric just had a little reminder. Have you taken your tablet tonight, mate? I just did about 5 minutes ago. Thanks, Tiger King. It says, hope your meeting goes well, Star Seeker. Thanks for stopping by. Forget about it. It's from Queens, New Jersey. All right, so it's not New York, huh? Wait a minute. Is Queens in Queens, New York? Sorry, I misread that. I spent a weekend in Queens once. I had a friend who lived there. He had a basement apartment. It was really just a room. He was in grad school for photography, and he was doing something in New York for the summer, living there. Invited me to come up. This is when they had the big tennis thing going on. I don't remember what it is. How far out of the city do you live, Shelley? Sarasika says we're going to start a real barroom brawl. I love pizza. All right, when you won't be brawling with me, because back when I was not a vegan, my favorite place to get pizza was Pizza Hut. I liked it. I wish they made a vegan pizza. Shelley says, Tiger King, I have a talented family, very talented family. Let's just say your family is talented because we got to include you in that, Shelley. It says, you don't know, Star Seeker. The second one broke after 2 weeks, and I lost my temper and threw it across the living room, so I couldn't send it back. Let's see. Toy Pops is away from the keyboard, but listening. I appreciate that, Toy Pops. We're going to call it a night in about 10 minutes. Toy Pops says Pizza Hut is the joint. How cool did I sound when I said that? Shelley says, I'm blessed. You sure are, my friend. But you know what? Those blessings don't come by accident, they come by grace. Grace might be unearned, but it's never undeserved. And you deserve it. Shelley says, thank you, Miss Yogi. You're welcome, Shelley. Once it says Pizza Hut has gone down in quality, though, and Domino's changed from cardboard to the best fast chain pizza, did they? What made it better? Let's see. Himanshu says, oh my God, finally stream in English. I guess it had to happen, right? Billy says, I value you more than you know. Happy to have you as a friend. Tiger King says, wrestling is big in America. It is. I'm just running what would be your wrestling name. Guys, you know our friend Bhakta Tom is making a wrestling comeback at the age of 45. Professional wrestling. What's it says? How cool? Super duper cool, Yogi. The joint. The joint. Kelly says, I have to have my daily Josephine channel. Thank you so much. I'm always happy when I see you live too. Domino's always burnt their pizza. Michael says stores tend to frown upon returning things that you smashed against the wall. Yeah, probably so. It says, thank you, Star Seeker. Much love, my friend. Star Seeker says, well, go Tom. Yep, and he was one of 3 professional wrestlers that we had hanging out with us for a while. Our friend Hammer was one of the very last of the Moondogs before he retired from wrestling. And our friend Charlie, professional wrestler too. Hey, Buddha. Buddha says, good evening, leaving you running while I sit down and eat. Have a good meal, Buddha. Shirley says, I start my day in prayer and meditation. Me too. Then I listen to you and my day goes smoothly. Thank you for including me in that. So my day begins with the gratitude prayer. I simply say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I say to the Holy Spirit, or I say to Jesus, or I say to Krishna. It all depends on where that devotion, what direction that devotion is bent. I will make no decisions on my own today. What should I do today? Where should I go? What should I say and to whom? The one decision I want to make is not to make decisions on my own. I want to be guided. I want to live a surrendered life. Not there yet. So I hope you're doing well, Buddha. Buddha, we gave you a big shout out yesterday on the channel. So we were talking about professional YouTubing. Uh, our friend Buddha Destiny Namaste is a professional YouTuber, and it's a valuable channel because you will be motivated, you will be guided, and you will learn qigong breathwork and meditation. Qigong breathwork, and qigong meditation. Hey, Kamari, my friend. Shelley says, always tell everyone if you're not connected with Mr. Yogi, you're all missing out big time. Thank you for that. Much, much appreciated. Shelley is hosting Zoom meetings tonight, so I'm off to center. Love to all. Have a blessed day. You too, Star Seeker. Thank you so much. Always appreciate you hanging out. Hanan says, sir, have a lovely night. Unfortunately, I tuned in late. Have a great day ahead, everyone. You too, my friend. I'll be live again tomorrow, 3 times. Shelley says, my time is 10:30 a.m. Eastern time and 9 p.m. evening. Kamori says, Shelley and his son in love, her BFF. Hey guys, so we're going to wrap it up. We did a little over an hour and 15 minutes. It was a fun live stream. Thanks for hanging out with me. We covered a whole lot of stuff. Asparagus, Brussels sprouts, wondering why mayonnaise even exists. What else did we talk about? Professional wrestling. Thanks for the love, Pepe. Thank you, King Cesaric. Read all, please. 113 days to go, and it will be World Cup. What is the atmosphere like in America and different parts of America? Please say American people. As far as the World Cup, I don't know. I haven't been following any of that. The atmosphere in America, depending on where you are, is divisive, and it needs to heal. We can't heal a divide with more divisiveness. Course in Miracles says, do not seek to change the world, seek to change how you see the world. Change your mind, and the world will change. Change your mind, change your thoughts, and your life will change. I promise you that. Do you want a different life, not just you individually? Do you want a different life collectively? Change your thoughts. It has to start with one person. So why not you? Why not you? And when I ask why not me, always puts the responsibility right on me. So okay, I'll accept it. I will change my thoughts. I will change my mind. I will change how I live my life. One thought at a time. That's all I can do. I will never march enough to have peace break out all over the world. I can never pray hard enough to keep children from suffering. I can't fast. I can't suffer enough to alleviate the suffering of someone else. I can change my mind and the world will change. As I change my mind, I become more loving, I become more kind, I extend that to you. Guess what? You become more loving, you become more kind, and you extend that to someone else. And so it goes, and so it goes, and so it goes. Thank you, Shelley. Shelley says, yes, agree. Michael says, thank you so much for your love. Stay happy. I will, my friend. I will. Hey, man, thank you, my friend. Very positive person, Miss Yogi. Love it. We're working on it together. I like Snoop Dogg. Michael says he is enlightened. Snoop Dogg? It would not surprise me at all. Do I remember a TV program called Keenan and Kel in America? I don't. I don't. I'll look for it though, Tiger King. All right, I got to wrap it up. A few things to do. I'm heading to bed early morning. I have a guest tomorrow at 12. No, I'm sorry, at 5:25, returning guest. And it is Fiona Visser. She is someone who has healed herself emotionally and physically. Principles of A Course in Miracles. Principle is always love, it's always kindness, it's always forgiveness. Stay tuned. We'll talk some more about it tomorrow. Love you guys.